Hello, my name is Tantwyn Penry. I'm a solitary pagan witch. I'm an author and the founder of the Wolf and Howl Press. Today's little chat is one of my rune chats, and it's number, let me just check which one it is. It's number 4, Os. Now, this is one where I really parted company from the usually accepted interpretations. But my interpretation basically said God, which I think in this case is Woden, is the source of all speech, wisdom, support, and a comfort to the wise, and to every warrior a blessing and a hope. Now, most translators give os as mouth, and it is true that in Latin os does mean mouth. But if you do that, it means that for every other rune in the Anglo-Saxon rune poem, they are giving an Anglo-Saxon interpretation, and for os, they're giving a Latin one. Now, I part company with that. I think let's do the lot. So, I have interpreted os as God, which is its meaning in Anglo-Saxon. And as it probably predates Christianity because of so much that's in it, os in this case will be Woden. And the rest of the rune poem actually bears this out. If you think of it as Woden is the source of all speech, well, he was believed to be the source of writing and learning and, yes, speech. Wisdom, support, well, it would be with all those things on board, and a comfort to the wise, absolutely, and to every warrior a blessing and hope. Right, why do I think it's os? Well, you see, the thing is that os appears a lot in Anglo-Saxon. It appears in names. Osbert, Oswald, Osric. There are so many of them. They were even for Christian kings. So I don't think os is a mouth. It's God, and it's Woden more particularly. In fact, some translators get so squeamish about it, they just leave os as it is and just think, oh, well, up to you. You think what you like. But it is a personal name. You know, you have names like Osborne, which is a surname. Oswald, which means divine power. King Alfred's mother, King Alfred the Great, his mother was called Osburg, which meant a holy fortress. Now, she was a Christian, and yet they still used this word, os. None of those names can mean mouth. You can't have a mouth man or mouth power or a mouth fortress. It means God or divine, you see. And when os appears in Anglo-Saxon texts, it always means a deity or a god. And so it's not, you can't suddenly pretend it means a mouth in one single poem. And the other problem is that God, the Christian God, is not normally regarded as the source of all speech, unlike Woden, who has a connection with the runes. I'm looking over this way a bit because I've got my laptop with a few notes here, all enlarged a great deal so I can see them. Give me just a few hints and things. And os is not a particularly common word. It only appears 6 times in Anglo-Saxon texts and poetry. So another one is that, I'm sorry, I'm pausing here. I'm trying to put it in a way that makes sense because it's only a short talk. The plural of os, mouth, is essa, mouths. And there is quite a well-known Anglo-Saxon charm against a sudden stitch. And there is a line that says, if it were shot of gods, and this for relief from shot of gods. Now, you're not seriously telling me that was mouths. If it was shot of mouths, what did they think? The Anglo-Saxons had blowpipes? No, doesn't work. So I translated it when I did it for my book. It's not mouth, it's God, Woden. And that's what it's all about. And people can say, well, why would you think this? Why would you why would you make the case that Woden did the letters? Now, we know in Icelandic, Odin has the link in the Icelandic texts with finding the runes. But why would we think it? Well, because there is a very old English prose text called the Dialogue of Solomon and Saturnus. And in it we read, "Tell me, who first set letters? I tell thee, Mercurius the giant." Now, according to something called the Interpretatio Romana, which means that the Romans basically they captured a country, they found its deities and gods, and they basically said, oh, we'll have that one, we'll make that one the same as so-and-so, we'll make this one the same as such and such. And so you found that Woden in the north was dragged in to be their Mercury. And Mercury, of course, was said to be the god of writing and letters and communication. So it's a long, difficult trail, and that's what I did. And when people say to me, knowledge should be free, yes, ideally it should be, but you also have to work very long and hard to find it, which is good advice when you're working with the runes. You will work long and hard to tease out the truth of them. Anyway, that's quite long enough of me rabbiting on. I'll do another rune one soon. Thank you very much for listening. Goodbye.